You will never achieve greatness if you care about what others think of you. The truth is, to be extraordinary, you must be comfortable with being misunderstood. To live an exceptional life, you must accept that you will never be fully understood by everyone. But that's the price you pay for greatness. There are countless people who've built remarkable lives, companies, and legacies simply because they were willing to take that risk. Look around you. Think about the people who have pushed the boundaries of human achievement. Do you think they were understood every step of the way? No. They were often ridiculed, criticized, and judged. But they did not let that stop them. Instead, they embraced it. They knew that the path to greatness is paved with discomfort. They didn't just accept it, they leaned into it. You see, when you live a life of ambition, there will always be people who won't understand your vision. They won't get why you wake up at 4 a.m., why you spend endless hours on a project no one else believes in. They won't understand why you sacrifice comfort and pleasure for a greater goal. And you know what? That's okay. I had a client once. A man driven by a burning desire to build something meaningful, who shared with me a troubling dilemma. He said, "My wife doesn't support my growth. She's afraid that if I succeed, we'll grow apart." I looked at him calmly and said, "You don't need her approval to build your dream life. You can support her, but understand that she may not understand what you're doing. And that's okay. Sometimes, those closest to us cannot see our potential because they have seen us at our worst. They remember the moments we doubted ourselves, the failures we've endured, the times we stumbled. They cannot fathom the person we are becoming because they've never seen that version of us. But that doesn't mean we should stop becoming that person. You must stop seeking approval. You must stop waiting for everyone to understand your journey. Your family, your friends, they're too close to you. They will never see the path you're on with the same clarity that you do. You cannot expect them to understand your vision if they've never walked it themselves. Don't fight them for it. Just accept that your dreams are your own. If others can't see your greatness, that's their problem, not yours. Now you might be thinking, but what if I want their support? What if I want them to be proud of me? It's natural. We all want to feel supported and loved. But let me tell you something. Your dream life won't wait for validation. It will not pause for applause. You don't need anyone's approval to succeed. You only need your own. I have come to realize that if you want to be extraordinary, you must be willing to be extra. Most people hold back because they are afraid of standing out, of being too much. They play it safe, hide their true potential, and try to fit in. But let me ask you this. When has playing it safe ever led to greatness? When has blending in ever been the path to success? You must be okay with standing apart from the crowd. You must embrace being misunderstood. You must be willing to step into the unknown, to walk a path that only you can see, and to trust that it will lead to something extraordinary. Do you think Elon Musk was understood when he first pitched the idea of Tesla? Do you think people understood him when he wanted to colonize Mars? Number. But he didn't need their understanding. He needed their skepticism. Their doubt fueled him. And because he refused to back down, he transformed the world. Your dreams are the same. They are big, bold, and perhaps even a little crazy. But that's what makes them worth pursuing. That's what makes them your dreams. Don't apologize for being ambitious. Don't hide your vision. Don't wait for someone else's permission. Because in the end, it's not about whether others understand you, it's about whether you understand yourself. Whether you believe in your vision enough to move forward, regardless of the opinions and doubts around you. So, be willing to be misunderstood. It's the price of greatness. It's the price of your dream life. Success is not just about working hard. It's about knowing exactly what you're working towards. Without a clear vision, your efforts are like a ship without a rudder, aimless, directionless. You must have a target, a goal that is crystal clear in your mind. If you don't know where you're going, how do you expect to get there? Napoleon Hill, in his iconic book, Think and Grow Rich, speaks about the power of a clear, defined goal. He calls it your primary aim. If you don't have that aim, how can you ever hit it? It's not enough to say, I want to be richer, or I want to be happier. Those are vague goals. More is not a strategy. It's simply a wish. If you want to build the life of your dreams, you must be specific. You must see it with perfect clarity. Imagine every detail. What does your dream life look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? Close your eyes and picture it in every possible way. When you're clear on your goals, you begin to align every action towards them. You attract the opportunities that match your vision. But clarity alone is not enough. You need belief. You need to believe, with all your heart, that your dream life is possible. Now, think about this. If I put $10 million in your bank account but you couldn't touch it for 10 business days, how would you feel walking around tomorrow knowing that in 10 days you will have $10 million? Would you walk around slowly, hesitating to make decisions, fearing the future to number? You would walk with confidence. You'd be excited. Nothing could bring you down. People would try to upset you, but you'd be untouchable. Why? Because you know what's coming. You believe in it with every fiber of your being. And that belief will carry you through every challenge, every obstacle. This is the energy you need to carry with you every day. Even without the $10 million in the bank, you need to walk like it's already there. You need to act as though you have what you desire right now. When you embody that belief, you attract it. But here's the catch. It's not just about thinking positively. It's about taking action. If you want to build your dream life, you can't just sit back and wait for it to happen. You must visualize it clearly. Believe in it with all your heart, and then take the steps necessary to make it real. You can visualize success all day long, but if you're not moving towards it, nothing will happen. Visualizing is the first step, but action is the bridge that gets you from where you are to where you want to be. So, create a vision that excites you. See it in vivid detail. Picture the success, the freedom, the life you want to live. And then, take the next step. Take action. The rule of 300% is simple. 100% clarity, 100% belief, and 100% action. Can you give yourself those three things every day? Because if you do, you will attract everything you need to build the life of your dreams. And that is the power of visualization. It is the first step towards the life you've always wanted, but it's the action that will bring it to life. If you want to change your life, start by changing the questions you ask yourself. Most people never truly progress because they're asking the wrong questions. They ask, why does this always happen to me? Or, why is this so hard? These questions lead nowhere. They keep you stuck in a cycle of frustration, self-pity, and defeat. They don't open doors. They don't inspire action. They don't lead you to the solutions you need. Instead, ask better questions. When you face challenges, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this situation to my advantage? The right questions unlock your potential. They guide your thoughts toward problem solving and innovation. The answers to these questions lead to clarity and empowerment. When you start asking better questions, you begin to see the world differently. You stop looking at life as a series of obstacles, and you start seeing it as a series of opportunities to grow and evolve. Your mindset shifts. You stop blaming others, and you begin taking responsibility for your circumstances. Take a moment to think about the questions you ask yourself every day. Are they empowering you, or are they disempowering you? The questions you ask shape the way you experience the world. They shape your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately, your results. So, start asking questions that push you forward, not ones that keep you stuck. One of the most powerful questions I've ever asked myself is this: how can I appreciate even more the grace and guidance in my life right now? When I ask myself this, everything changes. I see the blessings in front of me. I recognize the opportunities. I understand that life is not something I must fight against. It is something I must embrace with gratitude. Another example of a powerful question. What would need to be true for me to feel confident and successful in this moment? Ask yourself that every time you face a difficult decision. Ask it when you feel unsure. Ask it when you feel afraid. Because the answers you come up with will help you find the courage to act. The key here is not to wait for someone else to tell you what to do. Don't wait for the perfect conditions or for someone to give you permission. Ask yourself, what would I need to do today to move forward? And then do it. The path forward will never be handed to you, but the questions you ask will help you find it. Remember, as Albert Einstein said, a problem well defined is a problem half solved. If you can define the problem clearly by asking the right questions, you will already be halfway to the solution. The answers you seek are already within you. All you need to do is ask the right questions to uncover them. Stop waiting for someone else to give you the answers. Ask yourself the right questions, and you'll find your own solutions. Your journey will unfold before you, and you'll be in control of your own destiny. One of the biggest obstacles between where you are now and where you want to be is the overwhelming tendency to overthink. People spend days, weeks, or even months debating what they should do. Should I take the job? Should I move? Should I start that business? They get stuck in a cycle of endless thoughts and possibilities. But here's the truth. While you're thinking, the world is moving forward without you. Action is the antidote to hesitation. If you want to achieve success, you must get comfortable with taking action, even if you don't have all the answers. The wealthy and successful people of the world don't wait for the perfect conditions. They make decisions and take action, even when things are uncertain. They don't wait for everything to be perfect because they understand that perfection is an illusion. I've had many people ask me, how do I start a business? And my response is always the same. Sell something to a stranger. It doesn't matter what you sell. What matters is that you take action. You can't build a business by thinking about it. You can't get fit by imagining it. You can't achieve your dreams by waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. The moment you take action, you shift your energy. You move from a place of doubt and fear into a place of momentum and progress. The key to success is not in having the perfect plan. It's in executing the plan, even when you don't have all the answers. Think about the successful people you admire. They didn't become successful by waiting for the right time. They became successful by making decisions, taking action, and learning from their mistakes along the way. Every failure was a lesson, and every success was the result of consistent effort. You may be asking yourself, but what if I make the wrong decision? Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as the perfect decision. Success comes from making decisions with imperfect data and learning from the results. It's not about making the right decision every time. It's about making decisions and learning along the way. One of the biggest lessons I've learned in my own life is to shorten the distance between knowing and doing. If you wait too long to make a decision, you will never make progress. When you know what you need to do, take action immediately. One of my life philosophies is simply this: JFDI. Just F-King do it. If you're not making decisions and taking action, you're standing still. And standing still is not an option. Take action today, not tomorrow. Don't let hesitation keep you from achieving your dreams. Even if you don't have all the answers, even if things aren't perfect, take that first step. The moment you start moving, you'll begin to see opportunities you never noticed before. Momentum will build, and you'll feel unstoppable. So, get out of your head. Stop overthinking. Take action, even when you don't feel ready. The only way to create the life you want is to do the work. Action is the bridge that will carry you from where you are now to where you want to be. If you want success, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Make a decision, take action, and trust that the rest will fall into place. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of intentional actions, focused energy, and constant evaluation. If you're not measuring your progress, you have no way of knowing if you're moving closer to your goals or drifting further away. Most people hope for success, but hope is not a strategy. You cannot improve what you don't measure. In my own journey, I learned this lesson the hard way. There was a time when I wasn't tracking anything. I didn't track my health, my business metrics, or my finances. I was working hard, but I wasn't measuring anything. And without measurements, there's no way to know if you're making progress. I had a friend, Matt, who was struggling with his health. One day, I noticed he had put on a lot of weight. I asked him, "When was the last time you got on a scale?" He looked at me, surprised, and said, "It's been a while." I could see that he was in denial, but I didn't back down. From that moment on, he began measuring everything: his weight, his food, his workouts. Every day, he would track his progress. Slowly but surely, he started seeing results. He lost 60 pounds and became one of the healthiest people I know. What changed? He began measuring what mattered. He didn't guess anymore. He knew where he stood, and that knowledge empowered him to take action. When you measure, you take control. You make better decisions. You stay accountable. And ultimately, you see results. If you want to build wealth, you need to measure your income and expenses. If you want to get fit, you need to measure your physical progress, your weight, your strength, your endurance. Whatever your goal is, measuring it gives you a roadmap to success. Without it, you're just guessing, hoping, and praying for results. Ask yourself, what are you measuring in your life? Are you measuring your goals, or are you just hoping things will improve? If you want to see real change, you must measure everything that matters. The more you track, the more you improve. Remember, what you focus on grows. So, start measuring the things that matter. Measure your progress every day. Whether it's your business, health, or personal growth, tracking your journey will keep you focused, motivated, and on track toward your dream life. Success is not an accident. It's the result of constant evaluation, adjustment, and improvement. And it all starts with measuring what matters most. The road to success is not about doing a little bit of everything. It's about doing one thing exceptionally well. Yet, too many people spread themselves thin, trying to do too many things at once. They chase after multiple goals, pursue several projects, and juggle multiple ventures. And what happens? They end up accomplishing nothing of real value. The key to success lies in focus. If you want to achieve greatness, you must follow one course until you reach your destination. This is the difference between those who make it and those who struggle. Wealthy, successful people didn't get there by trying to master everything they became. Masters of one thing. They focused all their energy on one goal and gave it everything they had. Take the example of someone like Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Do you think he became successful by spreading his attention across a million different ideas? He focused relentlessly on one thing: building the world's largest online bookstore. Over time, that focus evolved into a multi-billion-dollar empire. But it all started with one clear focus. The same applies to your life. If you want to be successful, you need to pick one goal, one project, and pour all your energy into it. Forget about distractions. Forget about side hustles that pull you in different directions. Forget about the urge to diversify too early. Focus is the most powerful tool you have. When you focus, you eliminate distractions. You give your energy to what truly matters. And with enough time and effort, you will master that one thing. When I look at successful entrepreneurs, the common thread among them is single-minded focus. They didn't try to conquer the world all at once. They focused on one thing, one goal, and worked relentlessly toward it. As their business grew, they could then focus on expanding. But until that point, their energy was dedicated to one thing: getting their business off the ground. This is true for personal development too. You don't become an expert at anything by jumping from one self-help book to the next. You must focus on one area of growth at a time, whether that's building your mindset, improving your health, or developing your career. To succeed, you must follow one course until you reach success. Don't chase after multiple opportunities. Master one, then move on to the next. The journey to your dream life requires that you stay focused. Pick your path, dedicate yourself to it, and never waver. Too many people approach life from a place of fear. They try to play it safe, avoid risks, and hold on to what they have. They focus on minimizing losses instead of maximizing gains. They're trying to preserve what they have rather than creating more. But the truth is, if you approach life like this, you'll never truly win. If you want to create the life you dream of, you must play to win. The mindset of trying not to lose keeps you small. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you playing within a confined space, where you're always trying to protect yourself from losing what you have. But in doing so, you limit your potential. Think about the most successful people you know. They don't play not to lose. They play to win. They take calculated risks. They push themselves beyond their comfort zones. They don't just do enough to get by. They go above and beyond to create massive value. They focus on abundance, not scarcity. One of the greatest mistakes I see people make is focusing on minimizing their risks instead of creating value. They'll spend hours trying to save money on small things, like cutting expenses or saving on taxes, but they won't focus on creating more opportunities to earn and grow. The truth is, wealth is not created by saving. It's created by creating. It's about bringing value to the world. It's about finding ways to be of service to others, and in doing so, attracting wealth. If you're constantly focused on minimizing the downside, you're missing the point. Playing to win means going after big opportunities, taking calculated risks, and focusing on creating value. It means thinking bigger, pushing harder, and seeking abundance in every area of your life. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and making bold moves. When you're afraid of losing, you'll never truly win. The greatest achievers in life are not the ones who played it safe. They're the ones who took bold risks, played big, and embraced the possibility of failure in order to reach new heights. So, stop playing small. Stop trying to avoid losses. Instead, focus on creating more, adding value, and pursuing your goals with relentless energy. The path to success is paved by playing to win, not by playing not to lose. Most people spend their lives waiting for something to happen before they feel enough. They think they need to achieve more, accumulate more, or be recognized more before they can feel validated. But here's the truth. You are already enough. You don't need someone's approval, you don't need external validation, and you don't need to hit a certain number in your bank account to feel worthy. You don't have to wait until you hit your next milestone, the next big goal, or the next success before you can feel that you've done enough. You are enough right now. I've seen people chase success their entire lives, thinking that once they reach their next goal, whether it's making $1 million, getting a promotion, or losing weight, they will finally feel complete. But when they get there, they realize that the feeling of not being enough is still there, hiding in the background. The truth is, it was never about the money or the status. It was about feeling like they were worthy. Let me share a story with you. I once worked with a woman who had built a successful business. She had reached a place where many people would call it success. Yet, when I asked her what her true goals were, she said, "I want to make $100 million, so I can tell everyone who doubted me, view." At first, I was surprised by her response. But then I asked her, "Why do you need to make $100 million to feel like you've succeeded? What if you could feel proud of yourself right now?" When she thought about it, she realized that she was chasing the number not because she needed the money, but because she was seeking validation from others. In that moment, she understood that she didn't need to prove anything to anyone. She was already enough. This is the power of self-awareness. It's the ability to realize that you don't need to achieve a specific goal to feel worthy. The achievement is in the journey, the growth, and the continuous effort to improve. The truth is, you are enough today, just as you are. You don't need anyone's approval to succeed. You don't need external validation to prove your worth. When you realize this, you will stop chasing after empty accomplishments. Instead, you will begin focusing on the process, the daily actions and decisions that bring you closer to your purpose. And that is where true happiness and fulfillment lie. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're already enough. If you're going to build the life of your dreams, you need a reason. You need a why that drives you. Without a compelling reason to push forward, without something to pull you out of bed in the morning, the journey will feel like an uphill battle. And without a clear purpose, you'll get distracted, discouraged, and lost along the way. Your why is the fuel that propels you through the toughest times. It's the anchor that keeps you grounded when the world feels chaotic. Without it, you're just drifting. You need to know exactly why you're doing what you're doing, because when things get tough, and they will, you'll need to remember why you started in the first place. Everyone has a purpose. It might not be obvious at first, but it's there, hidden beneath the layers of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Often, your purpose is connected to something you've experienced in your life. The struggles you've faced, the pain you've endured, the challenges you've overcome. Your pain, in fact, could very well be the key to your purpose. Think about it. Your worst moments, the moments you thought you couldn't survive, the times you felt broken, are often the very experiences that shape your why. They give you the strength to help others who are going through the same thing, and that's the beauty of purpose. It connects us. Your story, your struggles, your victories, they can serve as a beacon for someone else who's lost and searching for meaning. Let me give you an example. I worked with a man who had faced tremendous hardship in his life. He lost everything, his job, his home, his relationships. He felt hopeless. But as we worked together, we uncovered his why. It wasn't about money or success. His why was rooted in helping people who had gone through the same struggles he had. He realized that his purpose was to help others rebuild their lives, just like he had rebuilt his own. Once he identified his why, everything changed. He found clarity. He found direction. He became unstoppable. His purpose gave him the drive to work harder, to push through the inevitable setbacks, and to keep going when everything else seemed impossible. His why was the fuel that kept him moving forward. You may not know your why yet, and that's okay. But you have to find it. Dig deep. Ask yourself, what drives me? What do I want to accomplish? Who do I want to help? The answers will come, and when they do, you'll feel a sense of clarity and purpose you've never experienced before. Having a strong why isn't just about achieving goals. It's about living with intention. It's about doing the work every day, not for the reward, but for the impact you're creating. It's about aligning your actions with your deepest values and knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to something meaningful. Your why will keep you grounded when everything around you is chaotic. It will guide your decisions, shape your path, and help you stay true to your mission. So, take the time to define your why. Once you know it, everything else will fall into place. You'll be fueled by purpose. You'll be unstoppable. Because when you have a clear purpose, you're not just living for yourself, you're living for something greater. And that, my friend, is the secret to achieving your dreams. Your why will keep you moving forward, even when the road gets tough. And that's how you build the life you were meant to live. You've heard the principles that can transform your life. Now, it's time to take those principles and turn them into action. The road ahead won't always be easy, but remember this. You have everything inside of you to create the life you've always dreamed of. Success is not reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to commit, to take bold steps, and to keep moving forward despite the challenges. Your journey has only just begun, and every small action you take today is one step closer to your dream life. But here's the truth. You don't have to do it alone. The path to greatness is one you can walk with others who are on the same mission. That's why I invite you to join this community, where we grow together, learn from each other, and support one another. If you found value in this video, don't just stop here. Subscribe to the channel and stay connected. There's so much more to explore, and I promise you, every video will help you unlock a new level of your potential. Whether you're looking for motivation, strategies, or guidance, we're here to walk this journey with you, one step at a time. Remember, your dream life isn't as far away as you think. You're closer than ever, and you can achieve it. So, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another step in your journey to greatness. I'll see you in the next video. Keep going, because your best self is just waiting to be discovered.